Welcome to Recognized Game, presented by Gym Men 10 Sports. I am your boy EB, CEO and creator of In My Bag Apparel. With me, as always, is my brother and head barber and owner of Bully's Cuts and Styles in Denver, Colorado, CB the Bully. What's happening, homie?
What it do, y'all? What it do? How's everybody doing? And you?
I'm good.
Really?
All right, man, let's get right back into it. We got a NCAA tournament is set. We got the Kobe doc we're going to talk a little bit about, and as always, Bully of the Week. Let's get started just a little bit on the NCAA tournament. Brackets were set today on Selection Sunday. Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston grabbed the 1 seeds from the men's side with Michigan State, St. John's, Tennessee, and Alabama as the 2 seeds. As far as schools from states that we're currently representing, Iowa State turned a very impressive 24-9 season into a 3 seed. I believe they're in the same region as Auburn. And Colorado State gets in as a 12 seed.
That's what I'm talking about. I see you, Colorado State, represent.
On the women's side, UCLA, USC, North Carolina, and Texas are the 1 seed. Not really a lot of surprise there at all. NC State, who had a great showing in last year's tournament, alongside their men's team. We did a lot covering them here on the show. They're in as a 2 seed, along with UConn, Duke, and TCU. As far as any teams from out here in Iowa women are making their first trip to the NCAA tournament post Caitlin Clark, Kate Martin era. And there's no representation on the women's side from Colorado.
That's all right. That's all right. They got another Caitlin Clark coming out of there, out of Iowa.
I haven't really seen too much about them. It hasn't been a great year by, their standards, getting a new coach and losing a lot of their stars to the league. But in the tournament, you got to think they still got a chance. But there are some squads. You look at those 1 and 2 seeds just on the women's side, which I'll probably spend more time watching than the men's tournament, honestly. It's exciting, especially when you see those 1s and 2s. I think USC and UConn are in the same region, so we'll get an early, hopefully, matchup with Paige Buckets and Juju.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, it should be a good tournament.
That's the one to tune into right there, man.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And, you got USC and UCLA, the in-state rivalry. They met like 3-4 times this year with some great matchups. I got to catch 2 or 3 of those games. So if they get to meet up in like the Final Four, that'd be another great matchup to watch too.
For sure. I'm going to have to tune into some college basketball for sure.
Yeah, you see if you sneak in one of those games. You guys got some tournament games starting this week out in Denver.
Yeah, see if we get in there somehow.
For sure. Let's get on to the league now. Earlier this week, Stephen Curry became the first and only player to hit 4,000 threes. Just putting this record more and more out of reach. The crazy thing is, if you give it like a little bit of perspective, Reggie Miller, who is now at 6th, ended his career with 2,560. Ray Allen, who is now 3rd, is at 2,973. Now, both of these guys, when they retired, were the all-time leader in 3 points made.
Right.
And then as far as active players, James Harden's sitting at number 2 at 3,131. Dame Lillard, 2,800 even at the 4 spot. Klay Thompson is 5th with 2,000.
James probably going to get up to 4 as well.
He might hit 4.
4,000 3-pointers, and 12,000 points is crazy in 3-pointers.
Klay's in 5th at 2,670, and then LeBron and PG round out the active players in the top 10. As far as some of the younger guys, this puts Ben Simmons only 3,995 away from 4,000.
Crazy, Ben. You're almost there.
Almost there. That's almost a 3 a season.
I've never seen him pull one in a game. That's crazy.
I couldn't think outside of maybe like some buzzer beaters or something. I can't really think of a time I saw him.
I'm really meant to try to catch a whole Ben Simmons game too. I really have, just to see what he'd be doing out there. What I've seen, man, is a crazy, ugly 1960s hook shot bouncing off the rim and him turning away from the basket and passing all the damn time.
You're like 5 years too late to catch a full Ben Simmons game.
Yeah. But it's still like, man, coaching 101, don't turn your back to the rim like that, man. It's crazy just to pass it off. But that's old news, you know what I'm saying? We've been saying the same thing since he was a Sixer, so
For real.
it's just crazy.
That's 2-3 teams ago now.
Yeah, for sure.
On another note was James Harden and Steph Curry. They became some of the first active players to contribute to their alma mater's NIL program. James Harden donated, they said, about 8 figures to Arizona State, and Steph Curry, along with becoming the assistant GM at Davidson, donated about $10 million, trying to help level the playing field in that NIL game in the college ranks.
Hey, by all means. I don't know if James Harden meant to, but that's
Yeah,
what's up.
right.
He did it for sure.
Steph also joined on to Unrivaled, the women's 3-on-3 league. He's now an investor in Unrivaled too.
Steph's putting his money in the right places
He
for
really
sure.
is.
Yeah.
He really is. A little bit more on the women's game. Detroit is putting a hell of an ownership group together to throw their hat in the ring to bring a team back to Detroit as far as the WNBA is concerned. It was announced this week that Detroit native and hip hop legend Eminem has added his name to a group that already includes Pistons owner Tom Gores, Michigan legends Grant Hill, Chris Webber, Lions quarterback Jared Goff, and the CEO of General Motors, Mary Barra. Detroit Shock were a staple in the WNBA early in its inception, won 3 NBA titles before they were relocated.
Wow.
They're making a strong bid to bring a team back to Detroit.
Yeah. Shout out Eminem in Detroit, man. I could definitely see that happening. Shit. Hopefully as many WNBA teams as NBA here soon.
That would be cool.
Especially with the other league going on too. Women seem really excited about that.
Chicago Sky star Angel Reese recently suggested that there could be a league-wide strike nearing if coming up against this new collective bargaining agreement if some of the salaries aren't made a little more lucrative. She thinks, with the impact she had on her rookie season, and she would average like 13-13, most double doubles in a row or consecutively in WNBA history, things of that nature. She feels like she should be paid more, and I understand women as a whole feeling that way in the NBA. But I don't know if a sit out or a lockout's the way to go. It could be a
No.
way to let people know you're taking things seriously. But on the other hand, sure, the revenue's gone up in the WNBA over recent years, but they're still not making money. It said that they lost around $50 million last year. So in order to get a pay increase, you kind of got to, and that'll all change too once the collective bargaining agreement's not scheduled to run out until 2027, but they can opt out after this next season. So you got to think they only get 50% share of incremental revenue, so not all around. In the NBA, I know they get 50% of all revenue. So if they can find a way to kind of make some strides in that area, as well as ownership options for players and things like that, those are things that should come up at this inevitable bargaining agreement this summer.
Yeah, don't sit out. Definitely don't sit out.
You don't want to quell your momentum. You know what I mean? Like they're picking up a lot of steam right now, and to sit out, I get what what they're going for, and they deserve it. But you got to make sure the league's making money and healthy in order for everybody else to make it. And she can't be hurting with her endorsement deals and all these things. She got that McDonald's meal. She's got to deal with Reebok, Reese's. Her WNBA salary isn't a lot, but she's making a lot off the court.
Yeah, she gotta be cool with that. But she just representing for the league as a whole for sure.
Right.
Probably not just for her.
All right. So I got a guessing game for you. There are 3 players this season that have in the NBA that have over 400 rebounds and 400 assists. I want you to guess them, but I'm going to give you 2 of the 3.
I got one already.
Well, let me give you these 2 first and see if you still have this one.
I don't. Say the one I got.
So LeBron James is at 476 rebounds and 495 assists. And Nikola Jokic is at 796 rebounds and 637 assists. Who's the 3rd player?
Luka,
Nope.
Shea.
Uh-uh. Former teammate of Shea.
What are the stats that they have again?
Over 400 rebounds and assists.
James Harden.
Nope.
That's not Giannis. Who is it?
Josh Giddey. 460 rebounds, 402 assists. He's averaging 13.8 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 6.7 assists for a Bulls team that is currently holding down that final spot in the play-in, sitting at 10th in the East right now. So Josh Giddey having a quiet little nice year with all those guards they have in Chicago.
Yeah, all guards.
Crazy though, huh? Josh Giddey's the third one, and out of those three,
I know it was gonna be somebody that was just out there, bro. I'd never guessed Josh Giddey in my life.
That's what makes it fun.
You know what I'm saying? But if Luka played all season, he'd probably have that too.
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to shoe news. What you got?
Man, Wale just popped out with another one of them future Nikes, bro. They're called the Nike GT Futures.
All right.
They're supposed to be like the new foams. It's a cool colorway. They're legit. I like it's just like a tennis shoe that you can wear outside. And I think that's making its way back, just like the Shays. But also the Dodgers just popped out with the Nike 6, with the Kobe 6 in the Dodger colorway. Them shits are crazy.
I saw those.
Yeah.
That's something I don't know if you saw throughout this season. I don't know if I really paid too much attention to it either, but KD and Bron have both been rocking different high school PEs of their shoe all season. Like including schools.
The LeBrons.
Was that?
I've caught the LeBrons. I haven't seen the KDs.
Did you catch like all the different high schools, or just like St. Vincent, St. Mary's?
Just St. Vincent, St. Mary's.
There's a bunch. They're repping high schools like out of New York, California, a bunch of other schools, the schools they went to, as well as some other ones. I'll send them to you. But super dope colorways of both of their shoes.
Legit. I do like what Booker's doing too, man. He just keep coming with them colorways and the book ones.
He does.
That's what AE should be looking at. I mean, like I said, I don't really fuck with his number 2. He should have just dropped more colorways, but
I'm not fucking with him at all.
Yeah, true. Sorry, that's his name.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up. I saw a highlight, another body he caught this week. Wasn't even gonna bring it up.
Damn.
I'll send them to you on IG.
Oh yeah.
And then I also saw, I don't think these are real, just like some concept photos. It's a bunch of Nike Dunks. That's the colorways are all 90s cartoons from Nickelodeon.
I did see that. Them shits are fire.
Yeah, like the Doug, the Hey Arnolds, the Rocket Powers.
Right.
The Angry Beavers.
LeBron doing his fucking thing with these 22s.
22s are nice. And those high school PEs are killing them. Man,
the white and navy blues. The St. Vincent, St. Mary's, the Ohio shits are crazy. Yeah, man. I'll rock any of those for sure.
All right.
Real shit.
Asia Wilson also launched her first shoe this weekend. She pulled up to a South Carolina Foot Locker to be the first person to sell the very first A1. Shout out to her because the early access line was so long that Nike had to bring in. They had to bring in more shoes just to get the early release people to get what they wanted. Like, so shout out to her for killing it on day one of the A1.
Real hype for that shoe.
And then another cartoony colorway I saw of a player's shoe was Steph Curry and the Curry 12s. He has a whole Toy Story collection. So there's like a Woody, a Buzz. There was a colorway for like the claw machine aliens.
Hell yeah. I got to see if there's any Stephs that I'd actually wear.
I have yet to find any. The closest, these newer ones are probably the closest I've gotten, but I still don't know. I don't have a pair of Under Armour shoes.
You ever had Under Armour cleats?
No, I rock Nike or Adidas.
I've had Under Armour gloves, receiving gloves. Oh, wait. Okay. I did wear Under Armour, though. Like
Under Armour?
Yeah, I did wear that.
Same.
That's still got Under Armour compression shorts.
I got an Under Armour hoodie, like a full zip.
I got an Under Armour hoodie. Okay.
But I don't got that's about it for my Under Armour representation.
Can't get the shoes. Maybe some rocks. Maybe I'll wear some rocks.
I don't know, man. It took me a long time to find a pair of New Balances I wear.
Hell yeah.
So Under Armour might have a ways to go before that ever happens.
New Balance got some shit now.
And then I've seen quite a few pairs lately that I pick up.
Yeah. 550s and the 610s. Look them motherfuckers up.
Let's move on to entertainment. I'll let you get started. We talk about the Kobe documentary a little bit.
It was good, man. It was got some info from it, even episode 2 was a hard watch.
I've only seen the first one and watched episode 2 tonight.
Yeah, it's all about Colorado and the allegations and
what do you remember, like a feel around Colorado at that time when that was all happening?
Yeah, man, it was kind of wild, bro.
Because we were in Summit County at the time, so we weren't that far from Eagle at all when all this was going down.
Yeah, nah, they were definitely mad at Kobe.
I actually had I don't know if you knew this, but a girl that was in my same class, her father was the judge in the case.
That is crazy. I just talked to a lady at the shop, and she knew one of the prosecutors against him, which is crazy. But yeah,
I also heard secondhand some of the bragging that was going on about her encounter with Kobe at the time. So I remember some of those things. It was wild to be I don't want to say that close or connected by any means to the whole Kobe thing, but to be in a random small town like that, 30, 45 minutes away from where we lived, it was inevitable that we'd hear some stuff because there was only so many high schools and colleges and stuff right there anyway.
Still caught a game around that time, and the shirts and the posters were nasty at that time, bro. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. He was only like 23 years old. The woman was 19.
Yeah, I remember him flying in and out of the city during the playoffs.
Yeah, to play against Denver in LA and hit a game winner after sitting in court all day was kind of wild too, man. To relive that kind of stuff as an adult is wild, man. Getting more understanding. It was tough because, the prosecutors against them were there to speak during this documentary, but the woman that helped Kobe get off had no words.
I think Kobe was going through all of that, and Karl Malone was sitting right there just fucking chilling, thinking he's about to get his first ring, talking his shit.
Yeah, no, Karl Malone is one of the nastiest MFers to ever play the game, for sure. But yeah, man, it was a tough watch, but I guess that was part of the whole thing because it was called Making of a Legend. I guess you do got to go through those tough times to get to the glorious times. Talks about after that is when he became the Black Mamba, the controversy with him and his parents.
Yeah, that was in the first episode. You even get a lot more than even being a fan of him, his whole career, even back to high school. Yeah. I didn't get to see a lot of that footage of him speaking fluent Italian at 8, 9 years old.
Right.
Of, getting to see like when the rift happened with the whole marriage to Vanessa and things like that, and how close he really was with his parents and his sisters before all of that.
Yeah. Crazy to see him win his first ring and his family's all there, to his second ring where you get the infamous picture with him in the bathroom with the trophy alone.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that he just missed his family at that time, it was tough. But all that stuff made Kobe.
Agreed.
2 greatest times, the 81 points, the 60 points for the last game, the ruptured Achilles free throws, to winning a ring without Shaq, it was a good documentary. Winning 2 rings without Shaq, most definitely. You put them all together, they'd probably have 7 if they worked everything out.
Right.
So, yeah, good documentary, man. It's always nice to see Kobe in a different light and maybe some content that we haven't seen from him anymore. So It was cool.
I also made a decision on what the next Mamba combat is going to be. Once we get Luka out and the Caitlin Clark went out, I'm going to do like a versus or like a battle shirt. It's going to have 2 characters on it. And it's going to be kind of like, you might know these more than me because, I don't know shit about like the Dragon Ball Z and all that. But like, how there's 2 different Gokus?
Right.
It's going to be something similar to that, but it's going to be the Black Cat and the Black Mamba.
Face-off combat type shit.
And some face-off type shit. So that'll be the next release from the Mamba Combat series after we get these next 2 out. And we also have a new hip-hop hero in the works, too.
Fire.
Did I tell you about that already? Did I tell you?
Buster.
Yeah, okay.
Buster, yeah, I do remember. We
The
spoke.
Busta and Venom joint.
Yeah, we were on the lab coming up with the next hip hop.
Yeah, that shit's gonna go hard, dog.
Yes, sir.
Onto a little bit of music. I've caught a couple of newer songs that are some collaborations that I was not anticipating, as well as enjoying the songs. So
Okay, because I got a collaboration that made my L.
oh, okay.
So
The first was that Bubba Sparks brought out Big Crit, the new Bubba Sparks joint.
I didn't hear Bubba rap on it. I heard Crit though.
Yeah, that
Crit
the
can
joint.
go
Yeah.
in any flow, man. It's ridiculous.
And then there was a Shaggy and Sting collab called "Till the Morning." Kind of fire.
Mr. Love it. Yeah, I love it.
Check out Shaggy
Shaggy's,
and Sting, dog.
both of them are talented as shit.
Yeah. And you
So
could tell like they just got super blowed before they recorded this fucking song too.
I'm all about it.
Some more music. Mace announced that his next project entitled "Now We Even," which is said to be a triple disc, which I don't know how that even works now. Like a triple album, triple. It's gonna be a long ass album, I guess.
Mace got 30 songs he been sitting on since the 90s, is what it sounds like.
Right. So he's gonna release this. It's called "Now We Even," which refers to the longtime beef with Diddy himself. And he announced that he will be releasing said album on the first day of the Diddy trial. This almost made my bully of the week.
Legit. I fuck with Mace.
On the other side of Diddy and music, Ye previewed some new music on X that featured Diddy, King Combs, Northwest, and a new Yeezy artist out of Chicago, Jasmine Williams. The little clip that I heard, it was only like Diddy calling from prison and thanking Ye for everything he's been doing, and then Jasmine Williams singing. But outside of the obvious, backlash that you'll get from having Diddy from prison and his son on this song, there's more coming out because Northwest's involvement on the song is something that Kim Kardashian is not too happy about.
As she shouldn't be.
Right. Not only just because, because of the Diddy shit, obviously, but apparently she owned the rights to all the kids' names and their trademarks and their image and their likenesses. Ye didn't like that. They've also had some text messages leak online that he accuses her of doing this and he didn't know about it. He's talking about going to war. She gonna have to kill him to stop him and get him off of this. So it's just, we know this isn't gonna end quietly, especially with the trial about to happen in about a month and a half, 2 months.
I'm excited though, man. I hope the whole shit's recorded.
It's just a bad look for Ye. And he doesn't give a fuck.
I don't know what the fuck.
What's a bad look for Ye, really? Like, is there something that Ye goes, maybe I shouldn't do that? Maybe that's too much.
You know, he's got all the yes men in the room, man. He needs his mama.
But we'll keep an eye on that, see how that goes. This dispute, because not only is it something about having your kids in this kind of situation, but it's also infringement. It was part of their agreement since they share joint custody, and it's copyright and trademark infringement if Kim in fact owns the trademarks to all of the kids' names. So it'll be interesting. And she don't have to lawyer up because she is a lawyer-ish, kind of.
Yeah.
Last on my music releases, your boy R. Kelly released a remix to Chris Brown's Residuals from prison. Fucked up thing is,
it sounds good. I fucking know. It sounds good. He put the R in R&B, y'all. I don't know.
He put it in a couple other words too, but we won't go there.
Oh shit.
But like everybody else has said that has talked about the song, nobody ever said R. Kelly wasn't talented. It's just unfortunate that he was a nasty freak too.
Just a waste of talent. That's all.
But he still got it. If his song is true though, he's not gonna get paid for this either. So it's kind of counterproductive, I guess. While you were away, I talked about another random thing that I saw this week. It's from this French inventor. His name is Christian Poincheval. I think is how you say that. He claims to have created a pill that you can take that changes the sense of your farts.
Why is that needed?
It's advertised as a completely natural pill with no medicine or drugs involved. It's a dietary supplement based on natural ingredients. He says he came up with it after a particularly uh, smelly dinner in which his guests did not appreciate the scents coming from his body.
My whole
So
beef with this is,
what?
regardless of what it smells like, it's still poop particles.
Yeah, maybe
So
it's like maybe it's like Febreze. You know how it has those bubbles that goes around the odors and they kill them. You know what I'm talking about?
does it do anything for your insides besides the smell?
I think it's just a smell, man. But there's options. You could get chocolate scented. You could do violets or roses, perhaps,
Nah,
or you can make your fart smell like ginger. It's really up to you. And maybe depending on how you're feeling throughout the week, you can change up the scents. Question is like how quick do they work? And hopefully they're not suppositories.
right. And yeah, so you ain't gotta go that way with it. But
So that's what they're doing in France right now.
hopefully it doesn't just mask the smell a little bit.
I think
Because
that's it.
chocolate coated farts,
Chocolate or roses or violets or ginger.
oh, I'll pass. Oh, that's do that again.
Yeah, see, that's the
Was that
thing. Like,
cookies? Was that
it's
cookies?
still a fart. Like, I don't want you
Yeah.
doing that while I'm sitting at the table. I still don't want to hear it or know that it's going on, regardless of if I get this random whiff of violets.
Because even though with that whiff, you'll still know there's some poop particle with it.
Exactly.
I don't want it.
I'll pass
But
myself.
there you go.
Who you getting that L to this week?
Man, I really wanted to give it to the Denver Nugget fans for still talking trash after that Lakers loss, knowing damn well that should have been a blowout for them.
Yeah, hell yeah, it should have been.
Like the Lakers almost won that game, y'all. Dawn Connect was having a coming
And
out
AR,
party at home.
AR was balling too.
AR balling out 37 something points,
If they would have just had
13
Rui, not
assists.
even LeBron, if they
That's
would have
what
just
I'm
had
saying.
Rui,
That's what I'm saying. So I'm giving it to the Nugget fans because you shouldn't feel safe. Good job, you got the W, but something's wrong.
you know how they followed up beating the Lakers, right?
What?
Losing to the Wizards.
That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all could be happy as hell about beating the Lakers. I know that's what you want, but you know that who's your daddy time is over.
It
For the
sounds like
Nugget
everybody's
fans,
coming around. You hear all these experts; they're starting to talk a lot higher of these Lakers than they
yeah,
have
man.
been
Well,
most of the year.
shit. You got Luca alone, and the team is different. We seen that tonight. You got Luca alone, the team is different. You got two geniuses with the ball on the court.
And don't sleep on AR because he is doing his thing while he's the one handling the rock.
AR might be the second option on the team.
I I don't know who is the front runner right now, but AR has got to be top three or so for most improved player. Don't you
I most definitely agree.
think? AR and on the Nugget side, Christian Brown.
Christian Brown has proved himself with the absence of the muscle in Denver. Yes, he's balling. Don't get rid of that man.
No,
Don't fuck up a third time.
if the last 3 years, yeah, are any indication, Christian Brown's the next one out the door.
Exactly. Don't fuck up this time. Who you giving that L to?
I'm giving it to the gentleman that I have named the Burrow Burglars. Three guys are accused of breaking into Joe Burrow's house, Cincinnati Bengals quarterback.
Heard about that.
They're also now facing new charges. It seems as though they broke in and took over $300,000 worth of cash, jewelry, designer bags, things like that. The reason that they're getting this L is not just because they broke into Joe Burrow's house, not just because they got caught. It's because these dumbasses decided to have an entire photo shoot with all of Joe Burrow's jewelry and bags and shit. Like
With the B
nobody was gonna
chain,
notice.
yeah,
Like nobody has seen that number 9 chain before.
right. And then there's footage of him getting arrested with the shit still on too.
Like, how dumb do you have to be? So the
Pretty
Burrow Burglars get the L. Go ahead and hold that.
dumbass.
Bully of the week.
Bully of the week, I'm gonna have to give it to Tony Allen.
Congrats.
congratulations getting your jersey hung up in Memphis as being a defensive stopper. One of the best, one of the most praised, been praised by the Most High, Kobe. Got a documentary coming out. Tony Allen's definitely made
Yeah. Yeah, he has. He definitely has made a. Shout out Tony Allen. You know? Grit and grind. Yes?
I don't know why my computer wants to update at this time.
Well, go ahead and finish giving your props to Tony Allen.
Shout out Tony Allen, man. You did it. Bully of the week. And Steph Curry, man. 4,000 fucking 3-pointers is unheard of.
Absolutely. My bully this week. All right, well, before I tell you who it is, let me paint this picture for you. Let's say you yourself had 3 sons, right? 3 boys. And someone comes to you and they say, I can give you and your sons everything that they want, everything that they need. One of your sons is going to get an $80 million contract in the NBA. One of your other sons is going to get a $203 million contract in the NBA. Your other kid may not make it in hoop, but he's going to get a $13 million deal from Def Jam, $8 million guaranteed, and own all of the rights to his music, as well as perform at Rolling Loud. All you got to do is give me your foot. You Chicken Georgian, you taking that deal?
If I'm 50 or 60 something years old, and that's the last thing I got to do to make sure my kids are set for life, take this fucking leg.
Well, see, the thing is, we're not going to tell you when we're going to take it. It's just one day they're going to come for that foot.
Okay, yeah, well, shit, cool. Let's do it.
All right, so with that being said, my bully this week, LeVar Ball.
Shout out, man. He don't miss.
Never lost.
Never lost.
Also, shout out Nafisa Collier, WNBA star, one of the co-founders of the Unrivaled League. She won the one-on-one tournament for their All-Star break, as well as has been named the first Unrivaled MVP. So shout out Nafisa Collier.
Hell yeah, shout out the Unrivaled League as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Big shit for women's sports.
Agreed. Well, that's all I got, Bully. You got anything else?
That is it, man.
Well, thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That Recognized Game is on once a week, and you can find it anywhere you find your podcast. For CB the Bully, I am EB, and we'll catch you next week on Recognized Game.